do want to have one of those, and we are talking not only just about cars that have been released this week, we're talking about some Portuguese cars as well, and the team from OverDrive TV with us, Gavin and Ciro. Nice to have you in studio.
Great to be here. Happy Freedom Day, everybody.
Happy Freedom Day. We're celebrating everything that's Portuguese because it's Lecito Land Festival this weekend.
Exactly.
And there are a few cars that come out of Portugal.
Yes, we had a quick look at the Portuguese car industry.
There really was a quick look because there aren't that many.
And we discovered two cars. There's this first one, it's called the Sado 550. It must be one of the worst names for a car. It was a micro car. They only made 500 of them.
Yeah, so 550 was a bit ambitious in the name there. But also, I remember one stage, I'm enough of a geek to remember there was a car when I had those top trump cards when I was a kid. It was the UMM Ultra.
Yes, so, I remember that from those cards.
It wasn't it was the one you didn't want to get.
Didn't want, and you always ended up getting it, and no one wanted to swap it with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that managed to finish the Dakar, actually, and they're still popular in the Congo. So apparently they don't break too easily.
And
there we go. That's the Portuguese car industry, really.
And parts aren't readily available for that one, but still a little bit popular out there.
You have to make your own. Your own.
Exactly.
And let's take a look at the cars that you guys test drove this week.
Yeah, well, talking about off-roading, last week I drove up a mountain. This is not something I do often, so you can understand I was a little bit nervous. But we were invited out to this place called Klipbok, which is precisely in the middle of nowhere. And it's the sort of mountain that maybe puff adders should just try and get up, not cars and humans. It would be quite tough to actually hike up there. But we're in this Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. We're at the Serious Freedom 4x4 Academy, which is where you'll go if you buy one of these cars.
You get that for free, thrown in with
exactly,
the
car. They'll take you on a course. You get to know what the little gear stick does next to the big one, which for city cretins like me was quite important. And I mean, it's just incredible what a full 4x4 can achieve with great ground clearance. And I mean, this one moment we approached this slope at the most alarming angle, and the instructor said to me, get off all the pedals, put it in low, and don't brake on the way down. That's the hardest part. Trust the car. You know, don't touch a brake pedal.
Exactly.
Your brain's screaming, brake, 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 but you just can't brake because the car will slide. And we got back down. Everyone got back without being injured or maimed. So I was quite happy about that. And the Pajero Sport is based a lot on the Triton. It's got rear suspension from the granddaddy Pajero, but it is a 7-seater. And you're looking at 435,000 for the manual version, which is the bottom of the range. But it comes quite fully loaded, actually. I was quite impressed.
Nice looking. I like the design. Completely different from the previous looks.
Yeah. One of those pictures you're seeing is actually me. Those
photos look at you.
From the day.
That is insane. And then we're moving on to the Lexus IS350, which is the Japanese title contender for the car. It's aimed directly at the 3 Series, the C-Class Mercedes-Benz, and the Audi A4. And I think it would be very remiss of you not to at least test drive a Lexus if you're in the market for one of those cars. It really is a brilliant car. And it also looks-wise from the exterior. Ciro and I both.
I'm a fan. I've always
been a fan. I've test drove a few of them.
Completely in agreement.
Never say no to one of those.
And the way I describe it, this has got the 3.5-litre V6, which I would describe almost as new old school, because they don't have any turbos or superchargers, where just about every car out there these days has a turbo. So it just is really like old, sort of visceral feeling V6, which is just a fantastic engine. We were talking about it. We can't remember an engine we've driven of that size that the revs just pop up so quickly.
So
it's amazing.
Race car-like. It really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's there and it's there. It's really a fantastic engine. Now, just a small thing for me, I just wish the Japanese sometimes would be more Japanese. They feel like, because they're taking on the European car market, they think, we should try to do our interpretation of European luxury, and it doesn't always work. Just because someone at Jaguar in the 1950s thought it was a good idea to put wood in the car, it doesn't mean that every luxury car from then on has to have wood in it. And we love the fact when the Japanese go bonkers when they do something like the Skyline GTR. They just really make it very Japanese. So it's a small quibble of mine, and just typefaces on the inside don't quite match up in that. But as I say, that's just a personal aesthetic thing. But in terms of everything else, it is a fantastic car. I describe it as a sort of car you want to pick your mom up from in the airport, which I did. I picked my mom up in it, and she was very impressed.
What about picking up a girl in that car?
Look, it also worked. But also, I would say that your son has been sensible, and especially the way you drive it with your mom in the car. It's just got this beautiful, comfortable drive. It feels like an Oriental magic carpet
Yeah,
sort of
on
gliding
the
just
highway,
above there.
incredibly smooth.
Yeah, and we also got 10 litres to the 100 Ks, which is incredible fuel
That's
return
very
for a
good,
car, for a
yes.
big 3.5 V6. And we were driving it a bit more enthusiastically, so you could probably get a better return if you drove it around more
We're
sedately.
enjoying ourselves in that.
Yeah, no, it really is an enjoyable car, and yeah.
Well, guys, thanks so much
No
for
problem.
joining us on Freedom
you.
Day. Have a good long weekend.
You too.
We'll
We
catch
will.
up
Thank
with you
you.
next Friday.
Thanks so much.
You can tweet the guys from OverDrive TV at OverDrive TV. Any car-related questions, they'll answer you right away. We're going to take a quick break. When we're back, it's time for Express News, our sports headlines, weather and traffic.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.